Hi there everyone, welcome to another Ainslie's Gold Silver Standard Insights, and if you're new to the show, welcome too. I am Joe and this is TA Tuesday, where you just get me and some price analysis, and we do gold, silver and one of the cryptos as well. I am going to take another look at Ethereum. We did it last week, we'll do it this week because the merge is really close now. It is only a couple of days away. So let's go straight to gold though, then we'll do silver, then we'll come back to Ethereum. Here is gold. It is the tradingview.com website. It's priced in US dollars and it's hovering now, same as last week, at around about $1,720. Pop into the 4 hourly. We were talking about last week. We had been skirting around the 1720 level. We had made a play for it. It was around about here, I think it was. We'd made a play. It was a failed move. Then there was a fast move to the downside. We were talking about this being the line in the sand right here. And could we potentially see us come down to the support level of around about 1680? But since then, we have broken above. And we did it. We tried again. We had a test, a failed move, fast move to the downside, as a third test. And finally, so far, we have broken above. And so far, it is now a level of support at 1,720. So if we move higher from here, let's talk about what the next little levels of resistance may be. And I think you'd be looking at, let's see, yeah, maybe a small resistance level, and I'll pop it in right here. Again, this is on the 4 hourly, so maybe I'll take it to the daily. We'll do it that way instead. There we go. Yeah, you can clearly see here that it is still acting as a level of support so far. So if we come back down on the daily time frame and we hover at the 1720 level and we don't break significantly down, then there's a good chance that we could potentially go higher. But moving higher, as I said, I'd be looking at, well, we've got that level of there, 1730, that's where we came up to. So I'd be looking at around about here, if you can see that. The horizontal line tool, it is around about, yep, I've got it at right there. Can you see that little spike down? So around about here at your 1,740 level would be a small area of resistance. And then if we just sail past that in the next few days, then you'd be looking at this downtrend line. So we'll see some kind of resistance at this downtrend line. Just depends when it hits over the next few days. If we are breaking up from here, breaking down further, I do not want to see it go below, I would say around about 1,700 and say about 15. Let's pop it onto a trend line very quickly. Take this low, go through there, and you don't want to see it break down through this trend line right here. Definitely, if it broke down a tiny little bit and then it's a failed move and a fast move to the opposite direction, okay, sure. But I would say 1,715 for me would be the line in the sand. So breaking down below that level of 1,715 would tell me that, in my humble opinion, not financial advice, that we would be potentially seeing some lower prices in the next coming days after that. So want to stay above and hold support definitely at 1715, preferably no lower than 1720. So I've given you my targets moving higher, and let's say in the next week, in the next say 4 or 5 days before Tuesday next week, where would we definitely not want to break down further? Well, you can see that 1750, you've got that level there of 1710, but breaking down further, you could see a support level, and I think you can probably see that here as well. See that little level of support right there? That is at $1,707. So I think you could see a bounce off. So for example, if we have a few red days, you would see a bounce off at around about the 1,707 US dollar level. And again, it's based on this particular index as well. So it might be a little bit different for one that maybe you use in particular. So that is gold moving lower and gold moving higher on the shorter term time frame. And we will do another analysis of gold next week. Let's see where the price goes, hopefully in the upwards direction. So let's take a look at silver. Silver's had a great move in the last 7 days. Again, this is on the 4 hour, back to the daily. And look at that move yesterday and in the last few days. We're actually at $18.30 last time. So what's that? A $1.30 move in only a few days. That's pretty big for silver, actually. So we were hovering around about here last time, and so we have seen a beautiful move all the way up through this previous resistance of 1880, all the way up through the level of 1940, which I was saying, in order for me to be confident that we might be continuing higher, I would want to see it break through 1940 and then come back as a level of support. So far, it looks like we're having a little bit of a red day today, and we have yet to break through, or we've yet to touch that as support. So I could definitely see us coming back down in the next 24 hours to 48 hours, back down to the $19.40 level USD in terms of silver, if you can see that line right there. So bounce off of support of 1940 and hopefully on the way up. And I have them in already. If we are moving higher from here, the next big level, you are talking the $20.90 level, and the big one are right here of $22. Could that be broken in the next 7 days? Well, if it's the same direction or the same velocity, the same percentage gains as the last few days, you could actually easily see a move right up to $22, but that's definitely going to be a level of resistance at your 22. So let's see what happens. There's my targets moving higher in the next 7 days. And targets moving lower. Of course, you want to keep that support of 1940. I'm going to keep that support level of 1880, and I will also keep that support level of 1820. And now I think I will have to get rid of it. I think definitely of that 1740 level, because we've come so close to it previously, $17.55, I think I'm now going to remove that as a level of support. So for example, if in the next 7 days or in the next couple of weeks, we just break down, and we break down through 1820, if we come back down to, if we break down through 1755, that 1740 level is no longer a level of support for me, in my opinion. So we'd be heading down to this 1620 level. But look, odds are that we may continue higher, because we've seen that beautiful little breakthrough of 1940, and hopefully very soon it's going to be a level of support. I'm going to pop it out on the weekly just quickly. I want you to take a look below here. This is the stochastic RSI. And so when you're in this territory right here, you're in overbought territory, so meaning you could be looking at prices to come down soon after. And when you're in this level, you're in oversold territory, so you need to see eventually some relief and prices going back up. We're in that sort of hovering moment at the moment. So we have seen some overbought territory, so that's why you're seeing a bit of a spike in the price, and I think there is room to go. So that is on the weekly and on the monthly. Now you can definitely see on the monthly we have been in a period since about this is on the monthly, so period of October last year, just have definitely been in oversold territory that entire time. You have seen a little bit of price spikes and then some price dips, but oversold for sure. So eventually we are going to see some relief on the monthly time frame, and we will head back into this, because it always happens. It never just flatlines. It will come back to the sort of the average, to the mean. So we will see some price relief soon. Is it going to happen now? We've been in here again since October, a bit of a spike, a test to get back into the range, but a move back down to really, really oversold. So is it turning the corner? It's looking good on the monthly for a little bit more of a price relief, and you can definitely see it on the monthly time frame. That level, as I was talking about, of that $22 level. You see that right there? Definitely a line in the sand. So that will be, in my opinion, big resistance if on the monthly time frame, if in, say, October we continue higher, that would be a level of resistance right there, 22. Okay, that is my targets moving lower, my targets moving higher. That is silver. Now let's take a look at Ethereum. Let's pop down onto the daily. And I just want to show you what I said last week. Let's have a look. So we were hovering at 1,635 US dollars, and I'll just play this. Hopefully you can hear it.
So somewhere between that $2,300 and $2,450 level in terms of US dollars. That's my maximum target. Definitely not saying it's going there. If we do not break above this level of 2,030, 2,040 US dollars, and we're staying down here, then I think the max would be at around about this level.
All right, so if you didn't hear that, hopefully that was loud enough, but basically I just said before the merge, we either are going to pump up to this $2,300 to $2,400 level roughly, but if we do not break above this $2,000 level, then you're going to see $1,800 as a level of resistance, and we did that on the daily, yet to break above $1,800. So some people believe, and I don't give my opinion either way because I don't give financial advice, but some people believe that this now has been the sell on the news, an early sell on the news. So it came up to 1,800. Some people took profits because, if you think it's going to sell on the news on the day, well, some traders are going to place the trade earlier to try to get in before other people. So some people believe this has already been priced in, if that makes sense. So the sell on the news has occurred, you've had the dip, and now many people believe that you are going to continue creeping higher and higher after the merge. Now, some people believe it's still going to be a sell on the news and we're going to still continue on our way down. I don't give my opinion either way on this. I'm just going to tell you my target's moving higher, my target's moving lower. But let's see, there's certainly room to move higher. But this $1,800 level is obviously the line in the sand. Breaking above $1,800 after the merge, we might possibly in the next couple of days we could certainly break above 1,800 before the merge. But if we break above $1,800, the next little level before the $2,000 level, and if you can see that right here, can you see this little cluster of prices right there, that spike, and this little spike right here? That's around about your $1,900 and I'm going to call it $1,910 roughly. So if we break above $1,800 in the next few days, within the next week, you're going to see $1,910 as a possible level of resistance because of that little price cluster right there, and of course the $2,000 level. I don't want to put too many lines in here, so you can just see that $2,000 level. And if, as some people believe, the merge is going to bring prices much, much higher, then I think I'll keep it in for now. The between 2,300 to 2,450 is the sort of the range, the band of a major level of resistance that you will see. So for example, if it's a bunch of green days, the next 7, 8, 9, 10 days, particularly after the merge, around about there is going to be your resistance level before seeing some kind of price action back down, some selling, some profit taking. And if it is not the sell on the news, if the sell on the news has not occurred yet and we are just breaking down, you've already got my targets here. It's pretty simple. Right here at your, let's see, that's 400. I'll do a little bit of interim because that's actually quite a big drop. So breaking below there to some interim targets. I've got my big line right here. That's at $1,430 US. But breaking below there, above there, I should say, any levels of support that I'm looking at, I would say maybe around, I would call it right here at the $1,600 level. So let's pop that in. So $1,600 could be a level of support before creeping back higher. So look out for $1,600 if we do break down further as a level of support. And below there, I'm also going to pop in this little interim one as well. If you can see that little cluster, and that's at $1,520, call it. So again, we're on the sort of the shorter term time frame on the daily. It's quite liney, as I like to say, but level of support 1,600 and another interim level of support at 1,520. I will get rid of those though. So we'll come back to this. Actually, I'll get rid of the 1,520, keep the 1,600. So those are my targets moving higher and my targets moving lower for Ethereum in the next week or so. Of course, you'll be getting another TA Tuesday next Tuesday because it's TA Tuesday. So I want to hear your opinion. Are you in the cryptos? Are you in the cryptoverse? Are you holding Ethereum? Or just tell me your opinion. Do you think we are going to, after the merge, are we going to price spike? Do you think we're going to this area? Or do you think after the news has occurred, it's a sell-off and we're just continuing back down on our merry way? Let's pop out to the monthly quickly. Actually, I do need to check that. I'll want to do that because I want to check the stochastic right here. As you can see, let's see, on the auto time frame, definitely in oversold territory. I'll remove that just for a second so you can see that a little bit better. Definitely on the oversold territory in terms of Ethereum on the monthly time frame. So, eventually we have to break out of that. Although, have a look here. You can actually spend a lot of time in crypto. You can spend a lot of time in the oversold territory. I mean, this one went from May of 2018, all the way until a whole year to May of 2019. So, it doesn't mean we're definitely going to break back up and get back into the sort of normal band straight away. It could stay there for quite some time, but just bear in mind you are in oversold territory right now. So that's just something to consider with Ethereum. And I'm going to leave it at that. Short and sharp, hopefully. Of course, I want you to head over to goldsilverstandard.com, because that brings gold and silver into the digital world. It's the ultimate suite of fully backed digital assets. It's backed one-to-one with real physical metal that you can redeem your digital tokens for that physical metal whenever you like. So head up to goldsilverstandard.com to find out more about that. And if you like my TA stuff every Tuesday and all the other stuff we do, the weekly specials, the spotlights, the brilliant insights Monday to Thursday, except for TA Tuesday, with Chris Tipper and his guests talking about global macroeconomic issues usually. Do subscribe to the channel, hit the big red subscribe button. Chris also does a daily, Monday to Friday, crypto buy sell signal video. We also do our awesome topics of the week. This had some great views in the last 11 days or so. Putin's new gold exchange to challenge the LBMA, and lots of other things that you want to be subscribed to. It does pay to subscribe, particularly for the weekly specials, because sometimes we only run them for 24 hours only, and I don't always notify the other social media sites before this is uploaded. So if you want to get in quick, you want to get the heads up early, be the early bird to catch the worm. So hit the big red subscribe button. That's enough spruiking for the website. Thank you very much for watching. As always, as we say here at the end, balance your wealth in an unbalanced world. Take care, and we'll see you soon.